Hello and welcome. I've decided to start a podcast with some of my friends.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
So the podcast is about Dungeons and Dragons. Today we'll be going through overpowered builds that we have found. But first, and before I forget, let's introduce them. Let's start with you.
Yeah, my nickname is Falcon.
As in the bird, not the Nintendo character.
Please don't sue us.
Inar. Just plain out.
Yeah, and then we have the last person.
And I am Martini.
Yeah.
Yes, he is Italian.
and he is not made of ale.
Whatever that means. Okay. But let's start. I'm going to start with my first build, which I have called Card Modder, which is a quite simple build, but still very powerful, that I actually made by accident, and I've just modified it a bit.
And
This build is based on a Wizard School of Lorehold, which is a... Oh yeah, by the way, we are using Unearthed Arcana content as well, as it's often used but not always. Anyways, this is... Yeah, a Wizard School of Lorehold, which is an Unearthed Arcana subclass, which already is strong, which can add the damage to spells using first level spell slots and other stuff, and change damage type of spells. With the race Variant Human to get defeat Cartomancer from the get-go, so you can save your spell slots and use them more rationally, and then you use more spell slots to empower your spells. And then for later feats, as this is made for a 10th level character, Eldritch Adept can be useful for armor shadows, so you don't die, as this is more of a glass cannon build. Meta Magic Adept is actually useful with Twin Spell. You literally duplicate your spell, which is kinda powerful. And with the spell Magic Missile, as the damage modifiers count for each of the missiles. 1d4 for damage on 3 missiles normally. If you add the bonus from an additional first level spell slots, one missile itself is 2d10 damage plus 1d4 plus 1. Like, it's a lot of damage. And if you use Twin Spell, you duplicate that. So, yeah.
I'm just gonna go take something.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, so, and you can, with higher level, if you cast Magic Missile on a higher level, it's even more damage. So this is my first build. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I remember when you made that by accident. Yeah, that's way too powerful.
Yeah, I didn't pay attention to this.
It's powerful. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I can go next. Or
Did you hear the whole thing where I explained my build, or?
Most of it.
Yeah, what do you think?
I think it's good and also really scary that you come up with it in my campaign.
Yeah, I'm not doing the super overpowered version with Twin Spell, as that would make it. That basically duplicates the power of a single spell. It only works on first level spells, though, with the feat Meta Magic Adept, so you can use it once per long rest with a first level spell, but it's still overpowered. Yeah. So it has its weaknesses. It's still pretty good for long fights, and especially if you have a month of vacation, then you get like 30 extra spells that you can cast for free. as the unearthed arcana version of Cartomancer is strong. Let's just say it this way. Don't give if a member of your party, if a player in your campaign has this feat, don't give them a month rest, as that's going to break stuff.
I can go next with my first build,
Yep.
which I call Eldritch Barbarian. That name makes it pretty obvious. It is a it is 8 levels in Totem Bear Barbarian, which is you get resistance to everything, and then 2 levels in Hexblade Warlock. And then you are a barbarian that can attack with charisma and gets resistance to almost everything, has a ton of HP, and can curse your opponents in many different ways. And if you use Booming Blade and Armor of Agathis, you can later with Armor of Agathis, when you rage that 5 extra temporary HP basically doubles, and anyone who attacks you takes 5, not 1d6, 5 frost damage.
Wait, barbarians can cast spells when they rage.
Yeah, but
So they have to cast it before they rage.
yeah, but it's not a concentration spell.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
Hexblade's Curse isn't a spell either.
Yeah, so that can be used.
And if you combine it with some invocations, then you can.
Mage, like the one that lets you cast mage armor for free.
Maybe, or something else. Yeah, that
Casting mage armor for free is overpowered.
Or taking another one that's for attacking, then you can. Then you're a barbarian that has a frost wield around you, smashes its great axe at enemies and curses them. So yeah, plus since you use charisma, you're very good outside of combat too.
Wait. Barbarians get extra crit damage, right?
Yeah,
Which also is good with the Hexblade's Curse.
exactly.
Yeah, but I get it at 9th level,
Ow.
Oh yeah,
which is 1 level away.
Well,
Yeah.
never mind then. I can't remember every rule,
yeah. So it's
even though Warlock is my most played class.
So it's a really powerful barbarian that just curses and hits people, and if someone tries to hit it, they take damage, and it's really tanky.
Yeah. It's an interesting combination that I haven't heard of yet, because people never combine spellcasters with barbarian for a reason.
Yeah, but this actually works, and it
Yeah.
works really good.
Yeah, it's an interesting combination, for sure.
Yeah.
I can imagine it, and I think it would be funny to play, but I also I can't see a charisma-based barbarian. That's the one thing I can't understand.
It's really hilarious though.
Yeah,
Like,
a charisma-based
oh no.
barbarian that just curses people and chops off their head.
I better not say what I was thinking about. For the reason of your sanity.
Nice. Can I go next? maybe?
Okay.
Yeah.
I made a thing I find a little interesting. Wait a second, I just have to unlock my iPad. Yeah, it's Kenku. It's Kenku. It's a Kenku with 6 levels in Soul Knife Rogue. Plus 4 levels in Bard with lore subclass. I can't remember the full name right now.
School of Lorehold.
Yeah.
No. College of...
Yeah, College of Lore, I think.
Yeah, something along
Which
those lines.
ends up in you being proficient in 14 of the 14 of the things you can be proficient in, and you have expertise in 6 of them. Plus that if you take the fiat lucky, it could be really nice because the Kenkus could give themselves advantages at things they are proficient at as many times as their proficiency bonus each day, which means that as long as you do one of the things you're proficient in, you basically have 7 free advantages a day.
Okay.
And
And it also has Rogue is decent damage in combat as well, and Bard has some interesting support spells.
Yeah, and at the bonus, because of its soul knife, you can use psionic dice. A psionic dice every time you try to do something. You can use a psionic die and add that on top of the total.
So you're just never going to fail a roll ever again.
No, kind of
And
not.
you're going to sneak attack people to death with your magic psychic knives.
Yeah.
Basically. Yeah, it's definitely overpowered, especially if the DM loves giving you like hard skill checks for like a bunch of puzzles and stuff. It can be really powerful.
The only bad thing is that because of your Kenku, you cannot talk.
You can only mimic.
Yeah. But you're really good at mimicking.
Well, yeah. That's kind of hilarious.
Yeah.
Like being amazing at everything except for talking.
Because you can't talk.
Yeah, it's like it's super funny as well, and it can also be used in roleplay.
Yeah.
Like literally just there are going to be so many communication issues as well in the party.
Definitely. Like you have to write down whatever you do, and if that just doesn't hit you, the next day the party will wake up with a lot more gold than yesterday, and no one will know why.
Yeah. Anyways, let's go to your first build.
My first build is a variant human with the feat sharpshooter.
Sharpshooter?
Sharpshooter.
That man,
Ikke så viktig!
Not that important.
that man is not really good at English, but he tries to learn. So sorry if it gets some.
Don't worry. Anyways.
The class is a fighter battle mage, 5 levels, and ranger gloomstalker, 5 levels. So you get 5 extra attacks.
At level
From
5 you
fighter.
get an additional extra attack.
Yeah.
Not 5 extra attacks. That's kinda overpowered.
Yeah.
I think the class closest to that is monk.
Yeah.
They get like a billion unarmed strikes.
At level,
Yeah,
but at level 20, fighters are definitely the closest, as they can unleash 9 attacks in a row.
Oh, yeah, action charge.
It's really funny.
Yeah. It's just a guy hitting people 9 times with a sword in 6 seconds.
Let me take a look at your notes. Let's see. Class fighter, do you gain extra attacks, action surge, and the battle master, not battle mage. Those are kind of different.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gain some maneuvers that can be used for damage and control. Gloomstalker adds additional damage and utility. an additional extra attack of combat and dark vision, as well as rangers also gaining extra attacks. And it also isn't that the one subclass from ranger that adds damage to their attacks? 1d6.
I
Once per turn?
think it's Gloomstalker adds. I think it was 1d8. 1d6 is Swarmkeeper, as they get their bugs to bite people.
Oh yeah.
Or sting. It depends on which type of bug.
But I
Yeah.
can double check if the Gloomstalker does the same.
This isn't that important. Yeah, a bow or would kind of be bow or as well melee weapons work as well. Apparently.
Combat
Yeah,
strategy is use the sharpshooter feat.
Sharpshooter.
Shooter. This hammer.
No,
It's the same, isn't it? No.
it's not the same thing. It's definitely not the same thing.
Feat combined by archer fighter style from ranger for maximum ranger damage output.
Archer, which gives a +2 bonus to the damage if a bow hits with an attack.
Usually it's battlemaster
Maneuvers.
like prescience attack
Precision. Sorry.
As we said
Hits
earlier,
and
it's-
add damage as well as maneuvers like trip attack or disarming attack for control. Take advantage from Gloomstalkers, Dread Ambusher, Future for
Future. Future is like I can take a look at the future. Like
feature is when you're like
you have an ability.
you're really good at shooting bow, for example.
No, a feature is like an inbuilt ability in a PC, for example. That's a feature.
Yeah. By the way, Gloomstalker damage bonus is 1d8 at the first their first initiative,
Okay.
because they're really good at ambushing. They are also really fast that time.
Yeah, they are basically
And because of the extra attacks and like here, what is it called? Action surge. It is a good combination.
Yeah, and so which means that you can do a lot of damage.
with high wisdom, excel in perception and survival checks, making the character
Invaluable.
yeah, for scouting and tracking.
Yeah. Ranger generally is good in campaigns where you are more in like a lot outside of cities and stuff. While as well, they have some interesting spells like Hunter's Mark, which is good if you have a lot of attacks.
Which this thing have, and just to add it on, humans sometimes have problems because they have dark vision, but the Gloomstalkers actually don't care. They gain a dark vision of 60 feet.
Yeah, it's like, and sharpshooter is good. A good feat for any ranged attacker.
If you have
A
a lot
bow.
of bonus with your bow
Yeah.
to hit, it could be really nice, especially if you're fighting something with like a ooze that have like 7 in armor class or something,
Yeah.
or 8.
Yeah. Unless you roll a natural 1 on attacks that automatically misses, and
Yeah.
that 20 always hits.
Yeah,
That's not for skill checks though.
yeah. And
Nat 1 on a skill check doesn't mean you fail. And Nat 20 doesn't mean you succeed.
Yeah.
Which is something people get wrong. Anyways, should I take my next one? Let's go with level 15 builds next.
okay.
So I have a magic tank. which is I love using wizards in tank builds. Like I play Baldur's Gate, as most of you most likely know, and my character there is a wizard, School of Abjuration, that works as a tank, and like nothing can hit him. So, anyways, so for this build I took 3 levels Wizard, School of Abjuration, 10 levels Mystic Immortal. The class is overpowered and has Immortal subclass has both one of their things that is healing and another one being armor class, which is a good combination.
Mystic is way too OP.
1 level in Draconic Bloodline Sorcerer for the bonus armor. So base armor is 13.
And you get more HP.
And some more HP, yeah. It only works for sorcerers levels though. 1 level in Monk. So, and the stats you have to focus on Constitution as main, and then Dex and Wisdom. You don't need Intelligence for this build, even though you have levels in Wizard, but you still want a decent Intelligence score. Background, a useful one could be Ruined, as it gives you a feat. I'd pick Tough for this build, and also the feat Warcaster. And just for the rest of feats, just go with Tough or anything other that you find interesting, as Tough adds a lot of HP.
Yeah.
Level 20 character gains 40 bonus HP from this feat.
It's really
Yeah, that's the
nice.
same.
And you can take it multiple times.
Yeah. The 40 extra, that's the same bonus as the epic boon of health.
Yeah.
In total,
Without a debuff.
Yeah.
in total, if you let's say this feat, you take this as a warrior human at level 1, and then you take this feat again at level 20, that one feat will have given you 82 more HP than you would normally have.
No. It gives you up to a max of 40 HP as you gain 2 HP per level. Right?
Yeah, but when you take the feat, you also get doubled. You get HP.
Double your level.
Doubled your level.
Yeah. Like if you take it at level 10, you like level 8, you gain 16 HP, right? And every time you level up after that, you gain 2 HP. So it ends up at level 20 at 40 HP anyways.
Yeah, but if you take that level 1, you will get 2 more HP each every time, and then at level 20, if you take it there, you will get 40 HP at the level 20.
Yeah, exactly. You can take it multiple times. It stacks, but the maximum it gives you is 40, and that's for a reason. So spells. Wizard wants the spells Shield and Blur. Sorcerer, just take the spells Silvery Barbs to give the enemies disadvantage on attacking you and giving you advantage on stuff. For Psionic Disruptors from Mystic, Iron Durability and Psionic Recovery. You have the level in Sorcerer, take the Draconic Line subclass, makes your base armor 13. And then Monk gives you a bonus on AC, and then you have your Dex on top of that, and Mystic adds your Con onto your AC, which makes it that you quickly have over 20 in AC, and then 3 levels in Abjuration Wizard for the Arcane Ward and the spell Blur, so you have more HP and enemies have disadvantage on hitting you. More HP is like, it's a shield, so like temporary HP more. But 1 level into, and 10 levels into Mystic, the Immortal, which lets you add your Con onto your AC, as well as having the Psionic Disruptor that gives you more AC, and also the one that can heal you, turning you into a self-healing tank, as well as gaining temporary HP on the start of your turn, and if you get hit by a strong attack, you can halve its damage. So, this is one of the best tanking builds.
I would say, if I had to give this a rating from 1 to 10, I'll give it a 9. The only reason I don't give it 10 is because I don't like Mystic.
Yeah,
Mystic is already very overpowered, and it's already multi-classing with it is not necessary to be overpowered at all. I just originally wasn't sure what to do with this build, and this was like the best option as it gives some good abilities. And Mystic is an overpowered class. I don't know why they made it that overpowered, but it is what it is.
Yeah, DMs are either don't know about mystics or are terrified of them in their own campaigns.
I personally play with a rule that you have to have, if you want to have levels in Mystic, you have to have half your levels in other classes.
So that you don't gain
That
too powerful.
Yeah, that it's like you become powerful, but not. There is like you become too powerful, not become too powerful, like that super quickly.
In my campaign, they're just completely banned.
Yeah, exactly. So this is a build that will rarely be able to be used. It's like if you play in a campaign where the DM wants overpowered builds, Mystic is most likely allowed.
Yeah, and it can probably be used for like hard campaigns that are like that level gap, because like hard one shots often lets you be more creative in how you make your builds.
Yeah, like I had a one shot once, and they were fighting a boss, which like they were supposed to beat the first phase. I didn't expect them to be able to deal with that so well, but second phase of the boss was very difficult, and originally my plan was a bit different, but I changed it as they were able to deal with it, because one person was a mystic combined with a champion fighter. Double crit, and the thing that adds a bunch of damage from mystic is also overpowered. Let's not get distracted. Anyways.
Yeah, I also made a tanky wizard. Okay.
I also did that, but that's not this build.
Yeah, this one I call Bladesmither. It is it is a wizard and artificer multi-class. You take 12 levels in Wizard Blade Singer subclass. They are really good. And 3 levels in Artificer Blade Battlesmith. And yeah, from Wizard Blade Singer you can use melee weapons. I recommend a longsword.
It has to be one-handed, so you can't use it.
Rapier is the best one then.
Yeah.
And then and you can add your intelligence modifier to your AC. And plus you are still a spellcaster and you get a ton of cool spells, and
you get to wear light armor, though you're a wizard.
Yeah, but I'm not going to use that. And you should take the spells like Absorb Element, Blur, Counterspell, Fire Sealed, Booming Blade.
Mage armor.
I'm coming back to that. And for feats, you should take Eldritch Adept, Armor of Shadows, and the Defensive Duelist and Warcaster is also very good in this build. So you get to cast Mage Armor for free, so yeah. Plus with Blade Singer you can add your intelligence modifier to your attack, to your AC. Plus with Defensive Duelist you can add your proficiency bonus to your AC as a reaction. Plus, with Artificer Battlesmith, you can make any magical weapon, which you can make your rapier be with Artificer. You can use intelligence instead of dex or strength. So yeah, you're a very tanky wizard that either uses your reaction to block something with defensive duelist or absorb elements or similar, which yeah, if you need to make a saving throw, use absorb elements. If you get directly attacked, use defensive duelist. And with blur, people have disadvantage on attacks against you. So for this build, you only need to have a high intelligence. You only need intelligence, and it deals a ton of that. It deals a good amount of damage, and it has a lot of AC. Plus, we haven't even included the robot pet that you get, which you get from Battlesmith Artificer, that you can use for the help action to get advantage on saving throws and ability checks and attacks. So this is, yeah, it's very tanky.
Yeah, one of the things
And very good at attacking.
one of the disadvantages of Blur is that it's concentration, but it doesn't matter if you can't get hit.
And plus, if you take the Warcaster feat and people have disadvantage to hit you, you basically don't lose the concentration.
Exactly.
You just have to not have a terrible con, and then you're just fine.
Well, it's a good tanking option as well, and it has good offensive abilities in comparison to mine, which I didn't think about offense, only tanking, which was optimized for that. But this is a good tank, which also has high damage output. As wizards, do they have a high damage output?
And
Maybe.
with the Fire Shield spell, you get a +2 to AC, and every time someone attacks you, they take 2d8 fire damage, which, yeah,
Do they have to hit you or not?
they have to hit you. So even if someone hits you through your Armor of Shadows, your Blur, your Defensive Duelist, and the Fire Shield bonus, they still take damage.
Yeah.
And a lot.
Okay. Interesting.
I would say this is it's a really funny build. It could make your DM insane. Which is really funny as long as you're out of the range that the DM could probably throw something at you that have power word kill.
Now. Yeah. As long as the DM doesn't throw anything super deadly at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like a nuke.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Then you have a fair room.
Yeah, the only real downside is you're not that good at saving throws, but with absorb elements, you should be pretty fine.
Yeah, you only have one reaction, which is the downfall of that bird.
Yeah, that's the downfall of the build, because you can't use both defensive duelist and absorb elements.
Yeah, and
But
absorb elements only works for certain damage types.
yeah, but for dragons, absorb elements works good. And Fire Shield isn't a reaction, it's just a spell.
Yeah, it's a spell that's active all the time.
So yeah, this is a offensive
But-
tank, wizard tank that swings around with its rapier and its robo pet going around and helping everybody in the party. It's just ridiculous and really fun to play.
Yeah. Okay.
And if you something you didn't explain, add in some infusions in it on your. I don't know, maybe like if you are at this high level, you should probably have more than 45 gold, which means you can get studded leather armor, which you can use because blade singers get to use leather armor.
It doesn't work with mage armor though.
Yeah,
Mage armor literally just disables your armor.
But
yeah, but you can then you can give it your armor an infusion that gives +1 to armor class, which means you don't have to use our mage armor at all.
Yeah, but you can use it for free. Then what's the point of having?
That's a good point.
and yeah, that the thing that you have to have one invocation. It's one that you have to have, and that invocation is the improved weapon, because that makes your sword
It only works for packed weapons.
packed weapons. Do the
It's improved packed weapon, is it called?
artificer has packed?
No!
No,
The-
that's
it's-
the point. They don't.
Yeah,
That's why
Oh.
you can't use it.
Infusion.
yeah,
Infusion.
Then-
You said. I thought you said
it
invocation.
then
He
it
said
becomes magical, and then you can use the battlesmith thing to use your int on weapon attacks.
Yeah.
So you have to take that invocation, but the other 4 invocations you can take anyone you want.
Yeah, anyway, we don't have all the world's time to discuss about a single world.
Yeah.
The world? What are we talking? No, build!
Okay, yeah, next.
So we'll go to your build.
Mine is much simpler, but I think it's maybe just as good. It's not that complicated either. It's a level 15 build where you take 10 levels in Wizard Chronology, which gives you a. It's not a stupid subclass where you can roll 2 times at the morning and then change 2 of the rolls through the day to one of those things. But but you can make a creature reroll 2 times a day. It's not
overpowered one.
It's not as overpowered as the first one, which I didn't include because I want to make the build OP, but not by subclass. And then you take 5 levels in Rogue Scout, and you of course be a warrior human, as the trend is. Then as you take the Martial Adept, I think it was, which means you can get 1 fighting style. That means you can get a fighting style. That fighting style should be your Mariner. That gives you a +1 bonus. That gives you a +2 bonus to armor class. That's not that important, but it also gives you a climbing and swimming speed. And if you combine that with all of your feats, that should be mobile because it's funny. Then you get a lot of movement. And because of the scouts' reaction, they can move in any direction. They can move in any direction, half their speed, without provoking opportunity attacks. And if you combine that with the 10th level wizard and knowing greater invisibility, you basically get 300 free turns. That if anything or anyone can come close to you, you can move 30 feet in any direction you want.
Okay, that's...
And because of greater invisibility, you can also cast spells like Fireball without getting spotted.
Oh, so like a good distraction. A very good distraction.
Really good distraction, and also like you have because of it's a 4th level spell. I checked this up. You have at that level you should have 3 first level spell slots, which means as long as you're not fighting in a tight area, you basically get 300 feet 3 turns in initiative.
Does it last for 10 minutes?
Yes,
Oh
it does.
god. It's overpowered.
It's really overpowered.
Yeah.
and I-
You can't be... invisible creatures can't be targeted by attacks, and you can't target creatures if you're blinded either. So, you can obviously try to guess where it is, but
that's not very effective.
it doesn't really help you in any
Yeah,
way.
and if they try to hit you with a AO effect like fireball, you can use a reaction to get away from it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You only have one reaction though, which is kind of useless if there are multiple enemies where multiple of them can cast fireball.
Or
But then they have to guess then if they cast fireball in your direction and you move, they have to guess the exact direction you moved in, or else the fireball
Yeah.
will miss.
A good counter to this build would be blind sight or true sight.
Yeah.
Which is like the
But
only counter to this and the
But
only
I-
weakness.
But I also have come up with something for that, as wizards often learn counterspell,
Yeah,
which you can use all of your 5th level spell slots on.
and to say the least, there are creatures which have true sight without having to cast a spell.
Yeah,
Just
but
as
wizards
warlocks
also,
can get true sight,
and
30 feet true sight.
And
wizards also get darkness.
Yeah, true sight goes to darkness.
Magic.
Magic darkness, yes.
That's really
The only thing that can counter true sight is the spell blindness and stuff like fog and that. They can see through illusions, magic darkness, and in normal darkness, and
so they
they can see invisible stuff. That's
so
like what they
can
can do.
see they can see invisible stuff. They can see through illusions. They can see through magical darkness. But
Fun
they
fact,
can't
I
see
checked
through
off.
fog.
Wizards get blindness.
Blindness. Yeah. Blind sight is even more overpowered than true sight.
Yeah, but as long as you're out of the range of the blind sight, you are safe.
You're fine, yeah. Most creatures have like only 10 to 20 feet blind sight.
And this build is not made for being a close-up combat fighter.
Yeah, it's not melee.
Yeah. It's a distraction.
It's a distraction and a once and a one and a fireball and a creature that's invisible. You can't hit it. You have to guess where it is, and it can shoot fire and it can shoot kind of powerful firebolts.
Yeah. Here, let's go to the next build.
Martini?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are your notes?
Here.
Let me take a look at
Okay.
this. Half elf. 15 levels in divination wizard. Interesting. So they need some magic items like Staff of Power, Robe of Archmagie, and Ring of Spell Storing, which should be achievable by level 15. You have access to 8 level spells, granting you immense magical power. You can use spells like Dominate Person, Hold Monster, Force Cage, and Telekinesis and stuff. With divination spells like Portent, you can manipulate dice rolls, ensuring crucial spells succeed or enemy fail their saves. Staff of Power provides additional spells and potent abilities, while the Robe of the Archmagie enhances your defense and spellcasting. And it's good with Charm Person and stuff, if you have a high charisma modifier.
Nice.
It's a build that mostly focuses on manipulating enemies. A control unit. And
So everyone is wizard.
Everyone took wizard for 15th level. That just shows how versatile wizards are.
the divination wizard, if they have the right spells and stuff, and with the right magic items, they can become really powerful, as they can like modify stuff and that. And if they take the spell Silvery Barbs, which they can use as a reaction. Silvery Barbs is the most annoying spell in Dungeons and Dragons history. For those of you that don't know what it is, it's
Basically a
literally
reaction that gives a creature
disadvantage and another one advantage.
Yeah.
So yeah, overpowered. It's kind of like a build, but it focuses more on having the right magic items, and it's not the most overpowered build I've seen, but it certainly is powerful.
Yeah, it's not the most OP of the 15th level builds, but it is powerful.
Yeah, and annoying for the DM. If you, I believe they can cast Charm Monster as well.
Yeah, it's a it's a 3rd level spell, so yeah. The definition of a OP build is that your DM tries to rip off their hair when you tell them about it.
Kinda. I did not
Fair
rip
enough.
off my hair when he began to cast dragon's fire breath out of his cards. But I was close to.
I didn't do that of my cards, but yeah, let's not get distracted. It's a strong build, and it's funny casting Charm Monster. It's a really funny spell.
Yeah, it's like I think it was originally meant for bards, like giving bards a chance to get out of combat encounters without having to fight too much. But yeah,
Charm Monster can be come for some really funny situations.
yeah.
And it depends on your DM and the players. Different outcomes may appear.
Yeah, okay, let's go to the next build. Now we're starting at the really powerful ones, level 20.
Level 20. I've decided for something kind of funny and something you wouldn't
no,
expect,
yeah,
which is a build that works from level 1 to all the way to level 20.
But yeah, just a question.
Yeah.
Could we give after we're finished with the level 20s? Should we give the builds a rating or?
No, we
Okay,
don't have all the world's time, anyways.
we have
But-
half an hour.
My level 20 build is called Master Healer, as it literally is a master at healing. For all the way from level 1 to 20, its healing power is insane. As you, 17 levels in Life Cleric, so you maximize the healing from all of your spells, which is a good thing. And 3 levels in Shepherd Druid. And you have to focus on Wisdom and Calm for this build. Calm is useful for concentration and stuff. For spells, Goodberry is actually overpowered with this build. And Healing Spirit is also good. Prayer of Healing can be good out of combat if you don't have time for a short rest. Aura of Vitality is really good with this. Mass Healing Word, Aura of Life, Heal, Regenerate, Mass Heal, and Power Word Heal are some of the best spells with this build. And these are just spells you should choose. Generally just take all the healing spells. And for the feat, go with Meta Magic Adapt multiple times. As with twin spell you can literally double a healing spell, like Power Word Heal. Do that twice if you have enough sorcery points. Doing that twice is kind of like overpowered. Anyways, let's get to the main part. Why this build is overpowered. This build focuses on healing your whole party from just a single spell and adding a bunch of bonuses. using the unicorn version of the spirit totem, when you cast Cure Wounds, for example, you heal your whole party by a bit as well. And you have a bonus to all your healing from Life Cleric. Using this with Mass Healing Word will trigger the healing from the totem multiple times. If you have 5 targets for this, the healing from the totem will also trigger 5 times. Which is, on an average character, 8 healing times 5, 40 healing from Mass Healing Word.
Which is a third level spell.
Yeah.
And that's scary.
That's a lot of healing. And this breaks healing spells using targeting multiple enemies or healing over multiple turns. Like Regenerate is also powerful, as it triggers each turn the creature that was targeted by it gets healing as well. But the most overpowered thing with this is a first level spell called Goodberry.
Yeah, I've heard about that problem before.
Goodberry, not for the reason of food, but for the healing.
I know.
You add your healing bonus onto the amount healed from a Goodberry, meaning that it will heal like 6 HP per Goodberry, and if one person while inside the radius of this thing eats one of the berries, the whole party gets healed.
And you generate 10 berries with Goodberry. This
5.
is just 5. Yeah, it was 5. This
Yeah.
is just too OP.
And you can use Twin Spell to duplicate some of the healing spells. This only works for healing spells targeting one creature. So, this is the best healing build you will ever find.
Yeah, it can literally turn a level 1 spell into healing the entire party
To max HP.
to max HP at very high levels.
Yeah, like this build also works from low level. So you start with the 3 levels in Druid, and then you go for the Life Cleric levels later, as the Spirit Totem is the most essential part of this build.
Then I just got one question. I am now in on the Wicked front page, and I look at Goodberry, which it doesn't say it gets any bonus to healing.
Yeah, this comes from Life Cleric.
Yeah, but
Life Clerics add a bonus to healing that comes from you. It's the Wisdom modifier or the Spellcasting modifier. Not sure. So my math may be a bit off. But one of those at least are added onto the healing, which also affects Goodberries as it's healing. It's a
It heals 1 HP.
Yeah, plus the bonus from that.
Which is meant to be used to like heal people up from being knocked unconscious, but you can also use it for OP mass healing.
Here,
Yeah.
Disciple of Life, first level ability for Life Clerics. At first level, your healing spells are more efficient. Whenever you use a spell at first level or higher, you restore hit points on the creature. The creature regains additional hit points equal to 2 plus the spell's level.
Okay, yeah. It wasn't as much as I thought it was, but still. Then Goodberry heals you 4 HP.
Yeah, which is
Still overpowered.
and funny.
And this also affects the healing from the Spirit Totem, as it will only give then a +2 bonus to the healing. So it will be 5 HP. Yeah, okay.
And every time you heal a creature, you heal yourself equal to 2 hit points plus the spell's level.
Yeah, and that will also heal the whole party.
Yeah.
It's just too OP. You're
Wait,
just going
if you
to
then heal the
them
entire
too.
party, then you heal other creatures, which will then heal you, which will heal the other creatures, which will heal.
Oh no, it was even more! Infinite healing
you-
glitch!
Basically break the entire game and get infinite healing with 2 first level spells.
You just broke the entire game, and you can literally bring an entire country. That's like ripped down and everything is destroyed, you can like restore it with 2 first level spell slots.
What the hell?
This was way more broken than I thought it would be. Oh god.
Fun fact, you can do this at 9th level too.
Yeah.
So at 9th level you can like why? You just broke the entire game.
Yeah, I would still use Hour of Vitality with the spell though,
Yeah.
as it then will trigger infinite healing on every turn.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Let's go on.
Let's go to the next build.
My build isn't nearly as impressive as yours, but it's still pretty OP. So, this one, I made the name, but I don't want to get copyright attacked, so yeah. This is the first of my builds that has a specific race. You have to be a tabaxi for this build to work. A tabaxi monk to be specific. 17 levels in Way of the Open Hand Monk. Most people know what that means.
Insta-kill all bosses!
Yeah, 2 levels in Rogue so that you can sprint as a bonus action, and 1 level in Barbarian for AC with con is
As well.
Yeah, since you already need con and you don't. Yeah, since the monks use wisdom. And yeah, you take the mobile feat and the savage attacker feat, and you're just a cat sprinting around at the speed of light, punching people into the ground, sending them straight to the spirit world, and just you are a cat that sprints around at the speed of light and punches people to the ground and into the spirit world. Ta-da!
Yeah.
And
Open
again-
hand monks are already overpowered. Combining that with giving you even more AC and as well
And as
Another-
well,
and-
sprint around at the speed of light.
another option instead of 1 level in Barbarian would be 1 level in Sorcerer. Take Draconic Bloodline
Yeah.
Sorcerer would also work.
Yeah, it depends if you want.
Or if you want to use one of the feats on, if you don't want to use one of the feats on Eldritch Adept instead, you can take 1 level in Sorcerer instead of the level in Barbarian. It doesn't make a big difference. Barbarian will give you more HP,
You're-
but Sorcerer gives you the spell shield.
Yeah, so this is just a plain overpowered build that just hops and jumps and climbs around and punches people to the spirit world.
Literally.
Either the spirit world or the 9 circles of hell.
Yeah, it depends on what. It depends on how good they were.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a plain OP build.
Yeah.
Nice.
But the reason I put on the super speed is partially because the mobile feat has one thing where if you use the dash action, which Rose can use as a bonus action at level 2, then you can use the sprint action and feline agility, and because you get extra speed from monk plus extra speed from mobility, you have a movement speed of 290 feet without using your action, which you can use to either one-shot someone, knock them down to the ground without any saving throw, insta-killing them, or just punching them in the stomach a bunch of times.
Yeah.
And then just run away. It's the ultimate hit and run strategy.
Yeah.
Then I would say you would have to use your bonus action to use disengage.
No, mobile lets you use your lets dash work as
A disengage as
a
well.
disengage.
Isn't that not part of it?
Yeah.
I don't think it was, but I can check.
I believe that's what it was. Anyways,
Yeah. It's
let's go to the next bill.
ultimate hit and run.
Mine is just something that I just if someone uses this campaign, I just wanted to have something that could make the DM just try to punch the player in the face, and with a good reason. We start off with a race I think is really funny, and I'm surprised none of you guys did say anything about in your AC builds. With this is mine, Turtle, which gives you a base armor class already of 17. Start off, and you can go into your into your shell to get +4 bonus to that, but you don't get dexterity added onto that. But if you take 3 levelers in barbarian and get the totem barbarian and then bear thingy, because that's the best, that's the obviously best of them all, then you get resistance to everything if anything gets to hit you, and you get constitution added onto your armor class. You can just go in this build, just go everything you have in constitution and wisdom. That's all that matters. Then you get a lot of then you can get at low levels already. At level 4, then when you multi-class to obviously monk, then you'll get wisdom on your armor class as well, because it's funny. And then you take 9 levels in sorcerer, because then you can get spells like mage armor, and
Sorcerers don't get mage armor.
well, that's a thing that I
But
don't see, but
Draconic Bloodline Sorcerer also solves that problem.
yeah, you just take the draconic bloodline.
But the mage armor doesn't help you if you already have a base armor of 17.
yeah, I know, but then you can just
So Draconic Bloodline
but
Sorcerer
you can
wouldn't
also
matter either.
yeah, but you just get the shield, because yeah.
The only problem with that is when you go into the shield, you can't take any actions or reaction.
Just a bonus action to get out. I know, but you're still just a ball of really hard to hit.
Yeah. Isn't the spell shield a reaction?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, but that doesn't work inside the shell.
Yeah, I know, but still.
When you're outside the shell.
Oh yeah.
You're not inside the shell all day.
Yeah.
Then you would just be one of those thingies from Mario Kart.
Yeah. The people who eat
But yeah, I have more stuff because it's funny. Because at this point, all this is together a character as level 13, and I thought, what is really funny that I could add it on to this, and what is it the build misses? I thought something against spells, because if I have to do a saving throw or something like that, it could go really bad and I could lose a lot of health. Not a lot because barbarian, but still. So I chose to go with a paladin, because yay, Oath of the Ancients, level 7, that gives you resistance to all damage done from spells.
Oh god.
And all of your allies too, in a 10-foot radius. And what do you have? If you at the end if you do this? A lot of AC, and you can do some damage too, because turtles get natural weapons. 6 which does 6 damage with their claws.
1d6.
1d6
Right. Yeah.
plus strength.
Yeah. You're most likely not going to hide in your shell
I'm
a
not
lot
finished.
because of barbarian.
Yeah, but I'm not finished. And at your feet, you take because this is like you can do this. Then this is like this thing is either you do this or you rage. You can choose. This is then you take. I think it was magic adapt.
Magic initiate, which lets you choose one spell and 2
Yeah.
cantrips.
Yeah. Then you go then you do that for cleric. Because then you can get sanctuary.
Shield of Faith.
Shield of Faith or sanctuary.
Sanctuary.
Which makes so every time someone tries to hit you, they have to do they have to succeed on a wisdom saving throw against your spell save DC. And if you did a lot in wisdom, it should be kind of hard. They can't hit you. Then they have to take their attack on something else, or just don't take the attack.
Yay! Well, this is.
And because you're a barbarian, you could use shield, a literal shield. And with defeat warcaster, that doesn't come against your magic. Plus that you get advantage on
Concentration
checks, and you get a +2 bonus to armor class,
Yeah, that's.
which you can use inside your shell. You just plug it.
You just make it a turtle that have perfected
The art of.
the art,
The art of.
defensive magic.
No, the art of surviving!
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only problem is turtles don't live very long.
No, but then
That doesn't matter in a D&D campaign, but like.
that does not matter in a D&D campaign in
Yeah.
any way. So what is the base armor? What is the arm? What do you sit again? What do you sit with after doing all this in armor class? I haven't done the math.
It can easily go over 30
Yeah.
with good stats.
Yeah. If you take like what?
If you take Dex, Con, and Wisdom.
No, they don't get dex on. They don't get dex.
If they are in the shell, they don't get Dex on.
No,
They
they
don't
don't get dex genuinely because
Okay.
because of the shell, nor because of the natural armor giving what max dexterity and the best leather armor
Yeah.
would do together.
Okay. And so I would then.
With 40, let's say
let
18
me-
in constitutional wisdom.
Let's see. Quick math. 25 shield 30, like the spell shield, and a literal shield 32, and some other bonuses from like Shield of Faith if one of you in your party can cast that, and other stuff. So yeah, you can get. And with a ring of protection, for example, 35 in my armor class.
Total 17 with the bonus AC from wisdom and the
Constitution.
If it is 18, you get +8 at 17, which is nice.
That's 25 and
25 plus a normal shield is
2, so 27.
27.
The spell shield is then 32.
yeah.
If someone in your party can cast Shield of Faith, you're at 34. And if you then have a ring of protection or cape of protection, you're at 35.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Impossible to hit.
yeah, almost.
A little,
Um,
little turtle that no one
yeah.
can ever hit.
Yeah. And if it gets hit, it takes like no damage.
True. Yeah.
Anyways, let's go to.
And spells don't work that much on it.
Let's go for the last build. Let's see what you have in store there.
I have make a half orc, 17 levels in barbarian and 3 in fighter champion. With a great axe.
Yeah, wait, isn't that like 5d12 if you crit with double crit chance?
Yeah.
What's the barbarian subclass?
The barbarian. I have.
Have you forgotten?
Yeah. I
Um,
forgot the subclass.
Did you just forgot to write it down, right?
Yeah.
Totem Bear Barbarian was it? It was probably that.
No, that's like you would think that, but the only really
Oh,
good
okay.
use they get from
Path of the Zealot. Those that
Yeah.
literally don't die. Wait. Half-orc. Wait. That means that if they are done raging they are on 0 HP, that isn't a problem. They fall unconscious, but because of the half-orc's feature, they go at 1 HP instead.
Yeah,
So
this is just
That's also overpowered.
That's one time a day. And
Yeah, but still, how often do you fight a day?
normally just once.
in my campaigns, a million times.
It's not. Usually, it's once, twice, or
It's but most
maximum of 3 times. They're like, and that's like rare that it's
Yeah.
3 times.
there's like there's like probably one big fight that could actually take our barbarian to 0 HP.
Yeah, and they can actually use reckless attack as well as much as they want because
Yeah.
it doesn't matter if they're at 0 HP, like literally, and they can then just that basically doubles their chance for critting again.
Yeah.
Meaning that they have on average 20% crit chance.
Which is much.
So and a total of it's 60-12 damage on a crit. 3 from
Yeah.
3 extra dice from barbarian,
Barbarian.
1 from a half-orc, and then the 1 from the axe, and then the double and you double the damage of the axe.
Yeah.
What you roll. Which is high chance of critting with high damage and literally not dying.
Yeah.
Plus, if someone actually manages to kill you, waking you up from the dead takes no material components.
Yeah,
Literally,
casting Revivify on you for free.
Yeah.
It requires a spell slot, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think like at that level, I think it's at that level. I think it was level 17. I'm not sure. Then you have a feature called Rage Beyond Death. I think it was.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the
Which
one
me-
we are talking
that's the
about.
one that makes it so you don't die.
Yeah, that's a Warrior of the Gods. Rage
No.
Beyond Death makes it so when you rage, if you go to 0 HP, it literally don't matter. You
Yes, that
keep fighting.
it's the one that makes you don't die.
Yeah, and when the rage ends, you can just use the half-orc thing and don't die. And if you die, and on top of all of that, your
People
cleric
can literally
the cleric can at the end of the day, because he
within
probably
1 minute.
yeah, oh yeah, at the end of the battle they can revivify you without using spell slots.
That's the
They use spell slots,
Oh,
but
yeah,
no components.
components.
That's the funny part. You see, when they literally die in Rage Beyond Death, you
Yeah.
can cast like healing
Yeah.
word on them, and
But
they're not dead. Then
If they suddenly die out of combat by a trap or something.
yeah, then you can.
See, then it's only then when you use that revivify on them, basically.
Yeah, but the DM have to be really mean to make a trap that could take down a level 17 barbarian.
If it was just a fight, and right after the fight, the cage suddenly collapses. You don't rage when you're out of combat.
Then the cleric dies.
There are some spells clerics can. Like literally melt stone. It doesn't work on a large surface, but it can save the cleric.
Yeah.
So like, if you have any sort of healer, bard or cleric, that in the party it's even more overpowered. And it doesn't even need to be a high level one.
That's one question I have. Barbarians can't use spells when they rage. Does lay on hands commit as a spell? Because if it doesn't, you could take 1 level in paladin, and and you're up.
Well, in this build, it would literally halve the crit chance, so it would be 10% instead of 20,
Yeah.
which is as it has a lot of crit damage as well.
I just have to check which
uh,
level the
it-
barbarian
it-
gets
it-
the ability.
It would be better to not take the level in Paladin and rather have the 3 levels in Fighter.
Yeah, makes sense.
Fighter is one of the best classes in my opinion to multi-class to. Fighter or Wizard.
Yeah, but we don't have that much time.
I'll do some builds that most people have heard about, and some people may not really have heard about. Anyways, like Barbarian, literally combining a Totem Bear Barbarian with a Moon Druid is kind of overpowered.
Barbarian. It's
Barbarian, it's
I
the
played one.
classic.
It's a classic that everyone has heard about.
Yeah, I played one in his one shot, and like as long I played, it didn't go go out of the bear form. But I puked on the halfway, so I
Yeah,
didn't play the entire one shot.
yeah, Sally. But and another mention I have, which is literally build which makes it so you have infinite HP with the help of a level 20 moon druids, as they can use their reaction to turn into an animal. So once they are put to their animal form goes to 0 HP, they can use their reaction to transform into an animal again. And they can do that infinite times. This is simple but overpowered. And you only need a minimal amount of healing to keep the druid body alive.
Why? Yeah, DnD is pretty easy to break, but they may destroy some builds in one DnD, which is rumored to launch sometime.
You can't use it you can't turn into an animal as a reaction as Moon Druid, but as a bonus action.
Bonus action. Okay, on your turn again.
Yeah, but that's still possible.
Yeah, but there's some way that you can do. There's some way that literally makes it so you can use it do that as a reaction when you take damage.
That makes sense.
Anyways,
We have a little time left. Okay,
yeah.
again,
So let's say goodbye, and
if
I hope you enjoyed.
you
Bye bye.